But you know, we're planning on doing that again this year, last weekend of September, and you know, like I said, we had Unida out there last year. They played, sounded great. The new guy Mark, he's got a crazy good voice, and he pulls a pretty good John Garcia, honestly.
Good.
I thought they did a great job, and everything turned out great. But I'm hoping we can get you out there this year, maybe.
Mm. Yeah, I, that Unida thing. I'm so proud of Mike and Arthur for doing that and to keep on moving and grooving. And you know, when if we do this other Unida show at the Troubadour, I'd like to have Mark come as well
Sure.
because there's two singers for Unida really, and I'm just so glad that they're continuing on with with that music, and I think they might be writing some more as well. So I'm just stoked for them, and I don't think I've ever met Mark before, but I've heard him. I've seen his videos,
Yeah.
and I've seen him pull this stuff off. I'm like, wow, he makes it his own. You
Sure.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
He follows along the gist of it, but he also makes it his own, which is important. You have to make it your own. So I'm proud and super stoked to to still be a part of that band.
And I did talk to him a little bit about it, you know, being Kyuss World, and he said that he went into it and studied, you know, your inflections and just the way that you said certain things. So
That's
I
cool.
thought it turned out great.
Yeah, yeah. Again, I don't think I've ever met him, but he shows the songs a lot of respect, just like my guys, just like John and Billy and Greg when they're playing Hermano, when they're playing Slo Burn, when they're playing Vistacino, when they're playing my solo stuff.
Sure.
They have to make it their own. They keep it along the same lines, but the solos are never the same. The bass riffs are similar, but Billy does his thing, and everybody goes off and just but all along keeping the song to its true roots.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Sure. That's awesome. You still talk to the Slow Burn guys at all? I know you guys did a reunion a few years back and did some shows in Europe.
Yeah, I every once in a while, yeah, we chat. There was talk about doing another record, and the material is really great. It was really good stuff. Brady and Brady and Chris and Damon, they did a great job, and I'd like to hope that one of these days we can do another record. With so many things going on, and
Yeah, everyone's busy.
kids and
Yeah.
and work. I'm very lucky to have a career where I'm at in Palm Springs. I'm really
Sure.
lucky, and I don't take that for granted. Even being here talking to you is because of Dr. Peter Hannon. That's the reason why I'm here. And of course with the blessing of his entire family and a blessing of my family. So the moons had to line up just right, and he gives me the opportunity to continue this career that I love, and it's so thank you, Dr. Hannon. Thank you, Dr. Chang. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to Palm Springs Animal Hospital and my crew there, and thank you very much.
That's awesome. Well, it's got to be nice to have that. You know,
Yeah.
the freedom to go out and do your rock star thing for a little while.
Right. I'm lucky and I'm blessed to have two things I love to do. One, work with animals and helping my doctors, and two, coming out here and enjoying the time, on stage, because everything else is hurry up and wait. It's in the van, for long drives with no hotels, and I'm not that guy.
Right.
There's certain things that I need to make sure that this happens, and there's a couple runs in here that are a little questionable when it comes down to the routing of it.
Yeah.
But I'll take the good with the bad.
Sure, sure. And where are you guys headed next?
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah,
That's
Chicago, and then we're down to I think it's Arkansas.
right. Oh, right.
And then
The festival.
The festival, the Mutants.
Yeah.
Mutants, and then Atlanta. But these halls, some of these halls are so big. Even High Noon's big, and I don't expect some of these places to be sold out. But if you're looking for a good time, you want to hear four bands, get down and boogie woogie, then come on down.
These are some great bands too. I was listening to James Nichols just the other day, and I've been a fan of Left Lane Cruiser for a while. And those guys rip.
Yeah, those guys are heavy duty.
Yeah.
I mean, I was listening to all the bands at work the other day. I'm like, okay, I better get my ears prepared for some of this shit, man, because it's like heavy duty. But James Nichols, that guy's a monster, man.
Yeah,
I mean, he's like 17 feet tall.
Right.
He's huge. The guy's massive. I was looking at pictures, and then I just met him in there. I'm like, hey, dude, what's going on? How are you?
You're a monster of a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Telekinetic Yeti. That was one of the last shows I saw here.
Yeah.
Was Telekinetic Yeti, and those guys blew me away, man. It's
Cool.
it's two guys. Their
Cool.
sound is huge.
Cool.
Just huge, and they're from Iowa, so they're close by.
Yeah, it's gonna be a cool little festival run tour for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. I was gonna ask you about the Black Pumas because I've seen you professing your love for this band in the social medias, and I'm like, I gotta check them out.
Yeah.
And they're amazing.
Yeah.
They are really good.
Eric and Adrian and their crew, man, something got me with the Pumas, and the way that Adrian, produces Eric's music is something else, man. It's just something else, and it grabbed me, and it wouldn't let me go.
Yeah.
And I went down the rabbit hole, and I'm still going down the rabbit hole. I was in Austin, Texas, a month and a half ago or so, and I went to Waterloo Records, and I cleaned out the Adrian Quesada band. Every single record that was in there, gone. I just took it home. So Jaguar sound, I'm really dissecting now, and there's a few other ones that I have yet to dissect, but it's more cool than I could ever be, and it's what Adrian does and how he does it, all the little tiny little nuances that you hear in your headphones is crazy. And Eric, that guy's singing from the heart. Know he's singing from the heart.
There's no question.
There's no fooling that. You can't do that.
Right.
And that guy has got a set of pipes on him, and he just sings from the heart. And once you sing from the heart like that, and his words, it just got me. Some music you get, some music you don't get, but Black Pumas got me.
They're actually playing about a block away in September.
You got to go see them, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
You got to go see them. They're incredible. It's an incredible show, and and then Hermano Gutierrez. That's another band that people should listen to. Two brothers, and they don't have a vocalist. They just do acoustic and lap and steel, and but their music is really emotional as well. They're a badass band, and Adrian actually played with Hermanos Gutierrez at Coachella one year. I didn't know of the Black Pumas then. I didn't know of Adrian back then, but I would have died to see that, because those three guys on stage would have been just something to remember. But Hermanos Gutierrez, they're a great band. They've got a new record out, and I think it was produced, or Dan from the Black Keys has something to do with it.
Okay.
So there's something going on with like Dan and Hermanos Guterres and you know and Adrian, that group of guys, and Eric. There's something in that group. They're changing the music scene. I believe, in my eyes, at least the music scene that I'm in.
Sure.
Man, because it is intense. And I've had Chronicles of a Diamond for a while. That's the latest Black Pumas record. And I think Wendy's gonna probably wring my neck because that's all I play. You know, I'll play that. And it's the soundtrack of my life, and it's going to be the soundtrack of this tour.
Yeah.
It's Chronicles of a Diamond and their debut, because
so that's all you're playing in the van too, then.
That's all I'm playing in the van. And I've got control of the van, so yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, because I am emotional about that band, and it's one of my all-time favorites, and they've just got a really just amazing sound and just incredible music, incredible songs, and I love where the music takes me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Have you thought about lending your vocals to, different styles of music, not necessarily rock? I know you did the thing with, was it the Chemical Brothers?
The Crystal Method, yeah.
Yeah, Crystal Method.
Yeah. I would love to. I would love to work with Adrian in some other way. He has so many projects. I mean, he's played with anybody from Prince to Eric, and I don't know how many other acts that he's been in, but he has this one. There's this one project that he did. It was a Sabbath cover band, but they sung all in Spanish.
Brown Sabbath.
Yeah, I think it is. But Adrian was behind that.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Adrian.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
I know. I've yet to go down that rabbit hole. But yeah. Adrian has some. But so, I don't know if he would ever work with me or anything like that. But that certainly would be something that I would love to do. And that style of music that he plays in Jaguar sound, I've actually fitting vocals and melodies to those instrumental songs.
Yeah.
And that's not me, but I love the challenge of being able to sing on an instrumental, and it was made to not have vocals.
Right.
But for me, I'm like, I could put vocals and melody to that, and I'm going to do it.
See.
So
you're getting your demo tape together.
We'll see. I would like to send it to him one of these days and see what he thought. So. But,
a man of many projects always has room for one more.
That's the one that I'd push to the top. That's the one that I would go, okay, everything's. But there's another project that I'm working on with Bill from Mastodon, and Rich and Nathan from Karma to Burn.
Okay.
So we're in Bill's studio in Atlanta, and we wrote 7 songs together. So everything's done: the drums, the bass, the vocals, the guitars, everything's all done, and we're just waiting for another rundown, another listen to hopefully have that see the light of day.
Wow.
So yeah, it's Rich, Rich Mullins
Yeah.
and Nathan Limbaugh, the original drummer for Karma to Burn.
Yeah.
Wild, Wonderful Purgatory, and that whole, and
I love Karma to Burn.
God bless Will, and he's
Yeah.
up there looking down, and but Bill is such a powerhouse of Mastodon, and what a professional guy that guy is. That guy's strictly by the book, man.
Sure.
So we were in the studio in Atlanta, and then all the boys came out to the church in Cathedral City in the Cove, and we finished up the vocals there. But it's an interesting project.
Oh, that's what you're doing.
It's an interesting
I do
project.
remember seeing you posting from there. So
Yeah.
that sounds awesome.
Yeah. So lots of stuff, but
yeah, irons in the fire.
Yeah. We'll see if any of it comes out.
Right.
So.
Right. Well, we talked about the tour and pretty much covered everything that I had for you. It's on 2 separate videos, so you'll have to watch both of them and see if you can hear what's going on in the first one. But I put it out there that I was going to talk to you on Kyuss World and ask people if they had burning questions for you, and you brought up Karma to Burn, and there was rumor of some tracks that you did with them that still haven't been released or seen the light of day.
back in the day,
Yeah.
and when they used to all live in Morgantown, West Virginia, I spent a lot of time with them,
Yeah.
and stayed at their house, slept on the floor, blah blah blah, and this and that, and I wrote a lot of vocal melodies and lyrics to all the songs that you
Oh.
have heard,
Yeah.
but
Even 28, 32.
I can't I can't remember, but
I can't remember
uh,
either.
uh,
They're just numbers
they're just
because
numbers.
they're instrumentals.
Yeah. So, but I don't think that'll see light of day. So I think we're gonna this this project that we did with Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's some undertones of Karma to Burn in there
Oh,
as
I'm
well.
sure.
So you got the original rhythm section for Karma to Burn,
Right.
you know, and then Bill just came in and just put his stamp and just made the songs his own as well.
Yeah.
And but the Karma to Burn stuff, that's
Yeah.
poof,
Yeah.
that's dust in the wind.
I did get to see Karma to Burn open up for COC and Motorhead.
Mm,
It was an amazing show.
yeah.
But Karma to Burn was the highlight there. I mean,
When I the stories of Karma to Burn and me, I never really back then I never used to watch the opening acts. I was doing my own thing.
oh sure.
And I walked in and this band Karma to Burn was playing and my jaw dropped. I'm like, fuck, we have to follow these guys.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit. But they were absolutely just a powerhouse trio.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Crazy good. All right, I got some questions that Kyuss World folks have posted. Dave Ashworth wants to know what your favorite sandwich is.
Ah, my favorite sandwich. So that's got to be a place in Palm Springs. It's called, believe it or not, it's called the Sandwich Spot, and
Huh.
you have to get it. It's called the Federer, and all their sandwiches are named after professional tennis players,
Oh,
pro tennis players. So if you get the Federer on Dutch crunch bread, that's my favorite sandwich.
oh,
That's
man.
incredible. If you're ever in Palm Springs, sandwich shop right in downtown, the Federer on Dutch crunch bread. That's my favorite sandwich.
Wow. I'll have to remember that next
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
around.
It's rocking.
I'm hoping to bring the family with next time.
Yeah.
And, make a road trip out of it. Eddie Satin said that Kyuss was the Sabbath of Stoner Rock. I'm guessing that he just meant in influence. Pretty much since Kyuss was a thing in the early '90s, hundreds and hundreds of bands have been influenced by your music and just the legend of Kyuss.
Yeah, I think the word legend gets thrown around loosely sometimes, but I'm just appreciative that I'm here,
Sure.
just talking about this stuff and being involved with Josh and Scott and Brent and Alfredo and Nick, those guys, all the carnations of Kyuss. I'm just lucky to be a part of it,
Yeah.
and that's really all it is just it was pure luck. It was just pure luck, and that I was a part of it. And I knew I wanted to sing. It was still fun for me, obviously, but I'm honored and grateful and stoked that people looked at that band and it's influenced them and something that I'm proud of and something I don't take for granted, and I'm just appreciative that I can be in this spot.
Sure.
So that's the truth, because all of this can change so quickly. Everything can change just like that.
Yeah.
And you look at life differently when you have kids and you have a different career, and you retirement is on the horizon, and I want to be able to enjoy this because it goes quick.
Yeah.
I mean, Marshall's he's in ninth grade. He's 14 going on 16, and the guy he's incredibly smart and very intelligent, and I probably would be doing more music if it wasn't for me just wanting to be a dad.
Yeah.
You know, so that's very very important to me. Mm, You know, so but getting back to just being appreciative that I'm here and thankful that I was able to be a part of something that meant something so influential to other acts. That's special to me, and again, I don't take it for granted.
No, it's got to be special. It was it was definitely a force. I mean, that music was and still is magical to me.
Yeah, you know, I it was again, I was lucky to be a part of it. You know, very lucky to be around Josh and Brent. I've said this before, but the powerhouse of that group was Josh and Brent. When those guys got along together, they wrote really good music together.
Sure.
I mean, they complemented each other. Really, really, really good. They were the powerhouse. That duo, and I often say, you know, if they didn't, I don't know what the relationship is like now, but that would be something to see those two guys getting back together again.
Yeah.
That would be incredible. There's no doubt in my mind that something great would come out of that one.
Right.
But I don't think that's ever going to happen. But
No. I mean, well, I can tell you that over the course of the last 11 years doing Kyuss World, you know, we've always, you know, fantasized about a reunion. But when we were doing the Kyuss World radio show, we had everybody on at a moment in time, and nobody poo-pooed the idea necessarily. But you know, when we had Josh on in 2020, he did say the same thing about working with Brant and writing songs together with Brant, and Josh seemed to be all about it in 2020, but he's gotten a lot busier since.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we haven't spoken to him since, but we haven't been doing the radio show.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish Josh and his family nothing but the best. You know, and there was, as everybody knows, that there was that weird that weird lawsuit and all that stuff, and that's water underneath the bridge for me, man. You know, life's too short. You can't.
Yes.
You can't. You just can't. You gotta move on. You gotta move forward, and it's just not worth it. There's so many more important things to do than to sit there and to have little things like that fester, and it's not good for you, and it's not healthy. And again, there are more important things. You know, your two boys right in front of us. Nobody can see your two boys, but this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This is what's important. Your wife, your kids, your family, your career, and what you make out of it, and those are truly the most important things in life. And being a kind person.
Yeah.
You know, just there's something about common courtesy and not being fucking entitled to something, you know, and that's almost a dying thing these days, you know, and you just, you know, just something about common courtesy and knowing what's important, and all that stuff is just water underneath the bridge for me. And again, I just wish all those guys nothing but the best. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's no skin off my tail. I'm still gonna be doing it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, but as far as if and when that ever happens, this tour is this is as close as you're gonna get
Right.
to a Kyuss reunion.
Right now. Yeah.
Is tonight in Madison, Wisconsin, and all throughout these 17 days that I'm on the road. The dates, I think he posted the dates and the venues.
Yep.
And so you can find them on Kyuss World. You can find them on my Facebook. You can find them on my Instagram. Jared James Nichols as well. Left Lane Cruiser, Telekinetic Yeti. You can find all the dates and venues. So not only will you be listening to those three great bands, but you'll also be listening to a lot of history, my history. Again, Vistacino, Slo Burn, Hermano, and of course, Kyuss. And some of my solo stuff. So I've never done anything like this before. And if you want just a little taste, just a little taste of what it used to be like, this is your time.
Yeah. It's the Tour of the Veladores.
Tour of the Veladores.
Awesome.
So we have some questions in the
Oh,
comments.
questions in the comments.
Yes. And someone actually asked what songs are we going to expect on this tour.
Yeah, so,
They want the set list.
yeah, set list. I'm sure it's going to be out there. I'm sure the set. But, one big one that we wanted to play was Spaceship Landing. Play that
Wow.
in its entirety. I don't know if we're going to be doing it tonight, but we may throw it in there. The set list is only about an hour and 15, hour and 20, so we're trying to squeeze in as much as we can.
Yeah.
But of course, if you want to hear Gardenia, if you want to hear One Inch Man, if you want to hear Super Scoop and the Mighty Scoop, if you want to hear, The Bottle by Hermano, July by Slo Burn, Dragona by Vistacino, you want to hear Jim's Whiskers by my solo thing, 100 Degrees, Conan Troutman, Whitewater with
That's a fan favorite.
Whitewater with a Writhe intro.
What?
So it goes. So we're going back all the way to Wretch,
Yeah.
and then we're going to bounce real quick from Writhe into Whitewater. So we did a little bit of a medley in there. So we're doing all kinds of things.
That sounds great.
Whitewater is his personal favorite.
That's one of my personal favorites
it's
too.
most everybody's personal favorite. Anytime that I've quizzed or asked Kyuss World, what their favorite Kyuss song is, that's always number one. Whitewater is.
Someone asked, when are Josh and Logan Paul going to have a cage match?
Why are you asking John Garcia?
They wanted to ask.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Well,
who
I
knows?
won't take up too much more of your time, man. I really appreciate
Yeah,
this.
no worries.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah, same.
It's great to be able to see you playing music.
Yeah,
and
same.
Still kicking ass.
Same.
Taking names.
Yeah, same. Thank you, man.
Yeah.
This I consider Nathan, for all you Kyuss World guys, he's the Danny Sugarman of Kyuss. If you don't know who Danny Sugarman is, Danny Sugarman was the Doors kind of right hand, later became their manager. So I consider Nathan to be the Danny Sugarman of Kyuss. So
And a biographer too, right?
that's right. So
Yeah.
thank this guy for everything that he brings you guys. So without this guy and his kids running the show here behind the scenes, you wouldn't be getting any of this stuff. So thank you, Nathan. I
Thank you,
appreciate
Jeff.
it. And again, take care, you guys. And Kyuss World is alive and well. So thank you again.
Yeah. Thank you.